Hi guys, so yesterday hopefully you can see my screen properly now. Yesterday we talked about the importance of introducing our elements of fantasy early in our stories, right? A lot of times that's the best way to make it believable is to incorporate it into your story right away when you start. Okay? You gotta make the readers expect the unexpected. That's why they believe it, because they're expecting it. One way to make fantasy believable is those descriptive details. If somebody can picture something in their head, they're more likely to believe it, even if they know it's unbelievable. Okay? Using show not tell to make stories believable. We've talked about show not tell a lot this year, and I know you guys have talked about show not tell a lot in previous years with other teachers. We are going to talk about show not tell again because it is extremely important, but this time we're going to do it a little bit differently. So make sure you're paying attention. Let's think about some fantasy fiction that we've read before. We believe what we see, even if what we see is just in our mind. Those of you that love Percy Jackson, and those of you that love Harry Potter, and those of you that love the Last Kids on Earth series, you enjoy them because you can see in your mind's eye what's happening in the story. You can visualize it, you can picture it. It's because each of those authors does a fantastic job of making their stories believable. They use lots of descriptive detail and descriptive language to put us in the story, in the setting, right there with the characters. That's what we're going to try to do today. Okay? But like I said before, we're going to try a different type of show not tell. This show not tell is going to focus on one of 4 ways to show not tell. You're going to use either action, you're going to use dialogue, you're going to use thoughts or monologue, or you're going to use descriptive sensory details. That last one, the descriptive or sensory details, that's probably what most of you think of when you think of show not tell, which is okay, and it's a great strategy for show not tell. But today I'd like to incorporate and talk about a few other strategies as well and try out a few other strategies. That way you can choose which one you like better in your stories. So here's an example of some of those show not tells. Each of these is the same way of saying Amina is very angry. So first, using action, grabbing a key, she stormed out, slamming the door closed. She jumped into her car, started the engine, and was set to leave. Okay, that shows with the actions that she's doing that she's very angry. We could try dialogue. I will never believe you again, she barked at him at the top of her lungs. She's yelling at him and screaming, and barked implies anger, right, at the top of her lungs. Thoughts, monologue. I'm not going to allow him to treat me like a slave. Okay, so that's what she's thinking in her head. Shows that she's pretty upset with him. Descriptive or sensory details. She was shaking like a leaf. Her whole body quivered with an uncontrollable rage. Salty, warm tears streamed down her pale, soft cheeks, only stopping when they reached her swollen, dry lips. Her foot stomped on the small accelerator, tires squealing as she sped away, leaving an odor of burnt rubber lingering in the air. Okay, those are those descriptive sensory details. Notice that all 4 of these show the same thing, that she was angry. But we've done it 4 very, very different ways. Let's try this a little bit more ourselves. Okay, let's work on some show not tell examples ourselves. What I'd like you to do is take about 4 minutes. You can pause the video, you can use the timer if you want, or just go in on your own and show not tell using one of these 4 examples. I've placed a Padlet on here, and you're going to rewrite this sentence. Johnny was sad. When you click on this Padlet, you'll come to this screen. This time, instead of the plus being down here in the corner, you're going to click on one of these pluses. Are you going to show that Johnny was sad using action, using dialogue, using thoughts or monologue, and using descriptive and or sensory details? choose one of those 4 ways and show me how you would tell us in your story that Johnny is sad without ever using the word sad. Okay? When you're done with that, you'll come back into here and then you'll have writing time. Today we're going to continue and hopefully finish up our first drafts. But before continuing with your first draft, I would like you to open up your experiments notebook and complete the following Canvas assignment. When you go into Canvas, you can find this in the calendar or you can find this on our writing. So if you click on writing, just like we usually do in class, friends, and you'll notice it right here where it says Show Not Tell 2.0. So you'll click on that. You'll open the Google Slides assignment, which is going to take you to this slideshow. You'll start the slideshow. It's got that same example again for you. And then here's your direction. Choose one simple sentence from your story. Write that sentence at the top of the next slide. Then open your Writer's Experiments notebook to a blank page. Write your sentence on the top of that page as well. Then try to show that sentence in the same ways that we did in class on the Padlet. Try writing it using action. Then try writing it using dialogue. Then using thoughts or monologue. And finally, using descriptive or sensory details. Once you're done, take a picture of that page and paste it to this slide. And then come back into Canvas and press the Submit button. Once you're done with that, you may free write for a little bit longer until you have a chance, well, not free write, but you may write a little bit until you have your first draft done. If you have any questions or need anything, please let me know. Thanks, guys.